It's God has stepped out of eternity and into humanity in the second person of the Trinity in Jesus. And now you're accepted. Now you can think, now you can feel, now you can do, but it's not on your shoulders.
I get that it's supposed to alleviate it, but in order for it to alleviate it, you first have to accept that you're a piece of shit. And what if you don't feel like you're a piece of shit? So
Right.
now I have to stop feeling good about myself, and I have to convince myself that I am a piece of shit.
Just as much as a murderer, child molester.
Right.
Just so somebody else can get me back to, or not somebody else, God can get me back to feeling good about myself. And I think that really works for people who feel like they're a piece of shit all the time. But if you don't feel like a piece of shit, to convince yourself that you are, and the only way out of your piece of shitness is to believe in this one person who will then, through that belief, convince you to do the good and kind acts that you were already doing prior.
Yeah.
I can see how that's like a heavy weight for people to take on.
I would say there's this dichotomy.
And keep in mind, I'm framing this as someone who was not raised religiously and does feel like a good person.
Totally.
And I think there's been this part of me, I think there's probably this part of me that's quite naive, definitely based on your description, which is that, you know what, because I do believe in something. I'm like, yeah, God knows my heart. And, you know, I try to live, what is Pascal's wager? Like, and I try to live as if there is a God, and I try to do the things that are good in the world. And those are probably prescribed to me through religion in some way, shape, or form. But it would be tough for me to accept this. And I don't think that I'm perfect in any way. I do actually accept the fact that there is like sin in me, and there are these, and I'm fighting those natural instincts.
So I think,
but the only way I can be good is if I'm just like, that guy, like.
So it's not that that's the only way you can be good, and it's not simply that you're a piece of shit. I think if it was that, then I think we would have a problem. I think what the Bible says, particularly in that creation story, right, is that you are created with purpose and meaning and intention, and it is good. You actually bear the image of God, and there's something about that is special. So in one sense, you're more of a piece of shit than you can imagine, but also you're more loved and more